Balwyn having the breeze at the moment.
Mason back in the ruck, and it showed in the difference. He tapped it forward and Cross was there just to get it through the square, but his kick was a bit errant to the left flank and allows the Dogs to put the pressure on, and they'll hold up quite nicely as Donnell was in there and working hard. He spooned out a hand pass, but it hasn't opened up yet, and the Dogs won't mind that. They just lock it up. As Cross was rushing forward, they got let off the hook by a bad kick. So it's half forward for Balwyn on the outer side. It seems like that's the side they enjoy attacking from. Dogs do well in tight. The tap now eventually falls Balwyn's way. The kick goes in along. The pack of markers go at it. At ground level, can Gobles get onto it? No, he gets pushed off it, and the Dogs share it out. And now it's Jones rushing out. Get a long kick to half back, but it's a nice mark coming in late. McCutcheon takes a good mark, and he spreads it back to the centre circle. Got Leapson, slow and steady, spears a pass in, and he finds Gobles on the lead. Oh no, not Gobles this time.
I think it's Tommy Roach.
Roach, correct. I'm just so Gobles focused. And those yellow boots, only one person should wear fluorescent boots like that. And the pass just doesn't hit the target. O'Regan gets the punch away, do the Dogs. And at ground level, Rooney, composed, works his way out of traffic. King's under it. Simpkin comes in late. He's the shorter man, but gets the punch in. But at ground level, it is the Dogs. Mallison hands it off to King. He's got people to share it with, but he eventually got lost in the choices, and he gets tackled. Simpkin dispossesses him, and now hand passes off at half-back.
O'Regan now, Tommy Simpkin, short kick down the line, finds his target in Taylor Gilchrist. So Taylor Gilchrist, true centre wing position. Little chip kick, finds his target there. Good strong mark taken. Kennedy.
Dano King just took the wrong option then. He had the Donnell in the pocket, and he tried to go inside.
Kennedy long down the line. Gobles flies. Good spoil over the back there from Crowell.
That's so deliberate, yes.
I think
the umpire's paid deliberate.
One of the things South Croydon are going to have to do here is they're going to have to try and look at trying to rob Jeff Gobles of space. Put someone running in front and take some space away from him.
So Gobles' kick found Taylor Gilchrist. Taylor Gilchrist, short little chippy kick. Finds intended target there. It's good strong mark by O'Regan. O'Regan plays on back to Taylor Gilchrist. Back to O'Regan. Tom 50 out. Kick towards the goals. The distance looks a bit short and well spoiled across the line there. I think that was well done from Walker. Walker playing the fullback role today, Davo.
Yeah, interesting position for him, but you know they certainly need to have someone down there that's going to work hard on their tools.
So he's gone short and found his target in Jones. I think the kick's actually been awarded out of bounds on the full, so it was a terrible kick in the end from Walker. And now Sean Cross will have a kick from a very acute angle, but a player like Sean Cross could easily run around the corner and snap this quite nicely. So Cross, that he snaps. Kick looks okay off the boot, but it's gone to the right-hand side for a behind on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. 20 minutes played. Balwyn 3-2-20. South Croydon 3 goals straight.
That's a massive let-off there for South Croydon. That's a very poor kick out there. If you're going to kick short, you can't kick short out of bounds.
Well, he kicked short, so short he kicked it to himself this time, and he goes long. Learned from his mistake, did the full-back, but it's been marked by Balwyn at half-back, and the umpire said, you've got to go behind your mark, and we'll start this again.
It was a free kick in the end.
Yeah, Jarrett White. Jarrett White.
Yeah, so it's an interesting decision there. As Walker learned from his mistake, but he didn't kick it to a teammate again.
And this is the one area they're getting hurt at, South Croydon. They haven't been able to get it past that area with the long kick.
And here's a long kick into the pocket, but the Bulldogs have got there back in numbers. Jones shares it out to Anderson, and Anderson kicks it as long as possible. Has he got enough Dogs there in the next contest that comes to ground, close to the boundary line, where the Tigers will win out? They'll spoon it out the back. They'll get it into the middle through O'Regan. Gets it to Gottliebson. He spills it under pressure, but Taylor Gilchrist is there to help. His short pass gets to his intended on the bounce. They're mucking around, but they're going to get it forward through Tregear. Tregear gets it, and now Gobles reads it. He dropped it. He had it, and then he let it go, just as the umpire had the whistle to his mouth, and the kick from Balwyn went as long as he could, but it was Walker with a two accompaniment to help, and he marks and spoons it out, and eventually Dogs will kick it, but this is where the Balwyn numbers are just too many, but luckily enough, it hits the boundary and out of bounds.
Yeah, this is the area that they're worried about there. Just Balwyn are able to get it, bring it back through the middle, but they stuffed around, which they normally don't do.
They're working much harder than South Croydon on that spread, Davo.
Stone to do battle in the ruck for South. Mason won the tap, trying to find Cross. King dispossessed. Gilchrist to the other Gilchrist. Mason trickled across the boundary line. Well done there from Jaden Cass. So boundary throw-in, true centre wing position. Bayswater Road side here. Stone and Mason once again. Stone on the tap, palmed it down to his teammate there, and he got tackled quite hard. Cass gets the flick out to Rooney. Rooney goes inbound, but it's turned over. Now the ball's in the hands of Rossier. Goes out wide, Anderson's there, comes back inside, dispossessed. Cross has the footy now, handball over the top. Inside now, good pick up there from Simpkin of the Jonathan variety. So Jono Simpkin, 55 metres out, too far to score. Not a lot of numbers presenting for him. So he's just going to have to go long on the boot.
Oh, what a terrible
and
kick.
An absolute shocker of a kick finds the opposition player. I think it's Del Papa, no, Mallison, I think it is. So long down the line for the Dogs. Plenty of ball and numbers there. They're doing that way too well. Good sprawl over the back from Wright. Wright throws the footy long onto the boot. We're just playing turnover footy here. Now the ball's in the hands of Paddy Ashton. He switches. Comes inbound now through Walker. Plenty of options building. One of those is Frankie Anderson with the long sleeves. Comes back inbound. Yaffa Williams' pressure there was sensational. Now a little chip kick's going to come over the top and finds Schnick. So Schnick comes inbound. Good strong mark taken by Stone.
They're much better when they work the ball short than kicking it long, South Croydon.
That's because they're pushing so many numbers up the ground, Dovo.
Stone goes long. Zoma's the target. Palms down. Good strong mark taken. Miles Sewell has the footy now. Comes inbound. Good strong mark taken. Rossier got hit late by Gottsleipson, but nonetheless, top mark from Pat Rossier.
He's had a good quarter, Rossier. He's really put himself in and under. He's had a few possessions, kicked a goal coming up. This won't be an easy kick here because, he's kicking from just inside 50 and he's going to need to allow for the breeze a little bit.
But no, as I said, they work the ball so much better when they take their time and don't kick it long.
So Pat Rossier to put the Dogs in front. Kick's going to go across to the right-hand side. And a mark's been taken. Is it Dog? I think it's Maxie King.
No, I think it's Jake
Oh,
Tucker.
it's Tucker. It is Tucker.
Yeah.
So Tucker's marked it right on the goal line. And he's been forced to go on almost behind the goal post to have this shot. The behind post, I should say. This will be for Tucker's second. And put the Dogs in front. Tucker snaps, kicks a goal. Jake Tucker's got two, and the Tigers hit the front on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. The Dogs versus Balwyn here in the first final of the AFL Division 1 final series. It's Balwyn, 3-2-20, South Croydon, 4 goals straight, 24. We've played 25 minutes on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
Well, it's been a very entertaining first quarter, Davo. Both sides have had plenty of scoring opportunities, and it's still nearly a deadlock, isn't it?
It is. I think Balwyn will be disappointed with the last 5 minutes. They had it in their forward line, didn't score. South Croydon got it out once and managed to get a goal. So that's been very economical for South Croydon.
And they literally don't protect their last line. That's 2 marks to Tucker on the last line, and he's converted for put the Dogs with a lead. Now with the win, Balwyn go from the centre clearance, get it forward, but at ground level, Marshall roves it. He gets tackled and drops the ball, but he's got some help. Jones is there with Marshall again getting on the ball at half-back. He's skirting around the arc of defensive 50, gives it back to Jones, who steadily just kicks backwards, and he's got a teammate in Rosier, who takes a mark and a 25 for encroachment on the line. So that's going to be great relief for the Bulldogs, and they'll get out of defence quite nicely.
They were hemmed in really well then, and they got out superbly. Very, very calm way of getting out then.
So the kick goes to the wing. Again, Tucker, nearly one hand. The other hand was actually held. Unlucky not to get a free kick. Shergren's got on the wing. He's got the hand pass cocked, but eventually he uses the foot to get a nice kick to his teammate in Fraser, who runs through centre forward, spears the pass in, and it hits the target. Nice mark. And it looks like it's right on the lead. Who takes the mark? Daniel Hughes.
He hasn't done much, Danny Hughes, in this quarter. It's probably his first touch of the game. If there was ever a player that want to prove himself against an opposition, it's Dan Hughes. He just really needs to fire up here this afternoon for Balwyn.
He's beyond 50, but he's got the wind at his back as he puts it to the tee for goals, but actually pushes it to the right, and it misses. Minor score, Balwyn 3-3-21. They trail South Croydon, who have had 4 straight 24, nearly 27 minutes gone at first term.
So kick in now for the Doggies. We played 27 minutes and they're going to go long down the line. The target Stone. Stone makes the mark.
Uncontested.
Half back for the Dogs. Playing a good style of footy here, the Dogs. Very methodical with their ball movement. They come short, find Marshall.
He's been really good today, I reckon, Marshall. Used the ball well, been smart.
So the calls to go long to Tucker, and that they do. Working hard at the front spot has got Leapson. He gets Leapson, takes the mark. True centre wing position. Outworks Josh Allison there. Gets Leapson, goes long. Goble's the target to a 3-on-1. Stone worked well to get the front position. Trying to keep the footy alive there was Dano King, the South Croydon captain. The umpire said it went across the boundary line, will ball it in right in front of the South Croydon coach's box.
How good was King? The guy tried to drill him and he just stood up to the bump. Great strength for the little man.
Tap one down by Zomar. Plenty of ball and numbers circling around the pack. Ball goes out wide. Zoma goes short, trying to find a target there in Tucker. But nonetheless, the football trickles across the boundary line. And a quarter time here in Bayswater, the first final of the Division 1 EFL Final Series. It's Balwyn 3-3-21 to South Croydon, 4 goals straight. Keep your dials locked to Radio Eastern 98.1. The rest of the Division 1 Finals coming up right after this.
How would you like to be celebrated?
I could put together a really cool playlist.
Frank Sinatra.
Elton John.